every single time. Every time. When it happens. When I feel tired. When I feel hopeless. When I feel stuck. When I'm confused. When the roads ahead seems very unclear. The ball is not rolling and the progress is not moving. All I want to do is to quit, to give up, and just want that immediate release. I experience that temptation to give up. And I mean, it's normal, right? We all have ups and downs, we have good days and bad days. That's his life. But have we ever asked ourselves what our life would be like after we quit? When we feel so down, it's hard to think clearly. It's hard to see that what's the consequence if we quit, because all we focus on is that instant release. That's feeling of get me out of here. We only focus on that. We don't really think clearly about what a result if we quit. But let me point out that it is not any better. And in fact, once you quit, it's the worst. When we think about quitting, we only focus on that temporary release, but not really seeing what life would be after that. And my goals of this episode is to point out that the life after we quitting is the worst. Because once you quit, life would become so boring and very pointless. Once you give up, game is over. No more attempts, no more opportunities, no more chances, no more hope, no more dreams, no more purpose. Life would become very meaningless. So what's the point of living after that? You will have no motivation, no burning desire within you, and you will experience a feeling of emptiness. You will feel powerless and even hopeless. And that's what the dangerous part. Once we quit, everything will become pointless. You will feel very powerless. You don't want to do anything after that. What's the point of striving for more? What's the point of working hard? You will settle. And if the purpose of life is to constantly grow, to constantly changing and evolving yourself, and if you don't grow, you literally go against a nature of life. It is hard to rationalize in the moment of challenge. And that's why we have to constantly remind ourselves that quitting is the worst. Keep going may be hard in the moment, but it's still way better than quitting. Sometimes I feel like we need to bring this up more often to let our concept minds know the real consequences of quitting. Because when it happens at a subconscious level, you may neglect it and only focus on that temporary release and a temptation to give up. Nobody in the moment of challenge to tell you that hey, keep going. Nobody in the moment of difficulty actually remind yourself that hey, quitting is the worst. Life will become meaningless. The only choice that you have now is to keep going. But nobody in that moment really tell you and remind you of this important truth. And the ability to remind yourself to keep going and not quitting is so important. You have to put this in your conscious level so that when you have a feeling of quitting, remind yourself the consequences of quitting so that you can get the motivation again and keep going. When you feel like quitting, remind yourself that life would be pointless and boring. Don't make a decision in a moment of weakness, because that often leads to regret. Never make a decision in a moment of weakness, in a moment that you feel so down. We know that there is no future if we quit. And deep down in our souls, we never ever want to give up. And we know that life is nothing and meaningless if we quit. We all know that. But we know at a subconscious level. And we don't really think it clearly until later in our life. And if in a moment of weakness and you make a decision to give up, to surrender, you will regret later. Nobody ever in life wanted to quit. The only reason that they quit because they stopped believing themselves. They no longer see hope. I know it's hard to start again when that business that you put in a lot of work and hopefully that it will take off. But you have to start again. I know it's never easy. I know it's hard to go on another day again when after countless days that you went on and it didn't work out. I know it's hard to put yourself out there and start dating and start talking to women again after a bad breakup. But have you ever thought about the life after you give up? Are you gonna just settle for the average woman? Will that make you happy? Do you think you're gonna actually work hard at your job if you settle in your relationship? Do you think you wanna strive to become a better man if you settle for the average woman? Think about it. I know, I get it. Nothing worthy in life comes easy. It's just the way it is. If you want something you never have, you have to work for it. But I know for sure that deep down in your soul, you want more than average. You want more than normal. Deep down in your soul, you always want to be the best. You always want to go for that greatness. That's your natural essence. You are born to be the best. But to get to the best, you have to work and put in a lot of efforts. That's why it's only reserved for a few. So my friend, quitting is done. Quitting is game over. Give up is the worst. You can feel doubt. You can feel frustrated. You can feel angry. You can feel disappointed. You can experience all the feelings. But never allow yourself to quit. Never allow yourself to give in the temptation of giving up. You may not see it, but you are very close to the life that you ever wanted. You are very close to your dreams and to your goals. Don't give up before the finish line. And your future self will very appreciate you. Hey, hope you enjoyed this episode. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't done so. Leave great review just because. That will help a lot of people like your beautiful self to find more about my channel. And until next time, thank you.